Like
Good.
we're live.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. This is the first day of the Become a Rich Woman 5-day training for women entrepreneurs. I'm so excited. So, ladies, I just want to let you know how this is going to go today. So, for our first interview today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to interview our amazing guest. And afterward, we will have a Q&A. So we're going to go straight through. So write down your questions. Make sure you write them down for Angelique so you can ask her at the end. And that's how we're going to do this. Okay. So without further ado, I am so excited to introduce our first guest, Angelic Marnier. And I just want to say she is an exuberant and energetic business coach. I love her. I love her energy. And I had the pleasure of being interviewed by her myself. I'm so glad to interview her today. So welcome, Angelique. Hello, hello, hello.
Thank you. Exciting. It's a great way to start the week. I cannot believe it's already almost November, but this is a good way to like fast track everybody into 2021. So thank you for allowing me to be on your platform. I feel honored. So I appreciate
Wonderful. You. I'm so happy to have you. So what would you like to tell us about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, so again, I'm Angelic Marnier, and pretty much what I do, I help the everyday woman, typically working women, but I've been working with a lot of small business owners as well, women who are looking to create an additional stream of income, and I show them how to do that through one high income skill, which is creating courses about whatever they're passionate about, whatever they're doing at their 9-to-5 job now, or just a way to kind of extend what they're doing in their small business. So I show them how to create online courses. We do it in just a couple of weeks. We launch it and we get them making some money that's more automated. So just keep in mind that courses aren't something you do every single day. You put them out there and people just start to buy it. So it's a really good way to start creating an additional stream of income that you can kind of put in the background, keep it on automation. So that's why I love it so much.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it sounds exciting to me too, right? It sounds like a great way to increase some income or to possibly replace it. So like, how does that work for the clients that you work with?
So when you say how does it work, basically what we do is I take them through a step-by-step process where we show them, some of them already know what they're doing. Like if you already have a small business and say you have a gardening shop, but you need to make an extension and you want to show people how to actually garden. Well, I'll take you from, okay, let's figure out the concept. Let's figure out exactly who your audience is. And let's go ahead and outline what the course would be like. And then once we outline it almost all the work is done. From there, we create the videos, we upload the videos, and we start getting you paid. So that's really, the first steps. Really just figure out what your topic is. That's the first step. Second step, who's your audience? Because that's really key. Like gardening, you can say, oh, I'm going to help everybody. Well, no, let's focus in on exactly who is gardening. Like, do you want people who are retired? Is that who you're talking to? Are you talking to busy moms who are now vegans and want to start having their own garden at home? Like, we really got to focus in on who are we talking to. We can't talk to everybody because a lot of people will say, no, gardening's for everybody, but let's focus in. And then once we figure out exactly who our audience is, let's go ahead and knock out this outline. So all we have to do is create the videos and then go ahead and launch it and get you making some money.
Sounds great. Sounds fantastic.
Yes.
So how did you start your business? What made you want to launch your business?
Oh, okay. So I come from a corporate background. And so I think from day one, even when I graduated college and got my first corporate job, I was like, this is not for me. Like I was so disappointed. I have to be honest. I came out of college and I was like, this is it. Like, I remember having to ask to go to a doctor's appointment and I had to, I was an assistant and I had to go get faxes and copies. It just wasn't, I didn't like it. So that was that. So I was always trying to figure out how to get out. And so then I actually got into mortgages, into real estate, which was my ticket out. But then the market declined in 2007, 2008, and I had to go back into a corporate space. And so, honestly, every time I would sit down with my coworkers, which I love my old coworkers, they're still my friends to this day, we were always seriously plotting, like, how can we get out of here? Like, you guys, what is the plan to get out of here? And I was really serious. I don't know how serious they were. I think they're serious, but they're all still there now. Nothing wrong with that. Kudos to everybody who works a corporate job. I get it. But it just, as something in me was like, I need to be doing something else. These cubicle walls are not for me. And so I really was really tenacious about it. Like, how can I get out? So I tried MLM, which hats off to everybody who does MLM. I think those are great, multi-level marketing. I tried affiliate marketing. I tried drop shipping. Like, I really was trying to find something. And then finally, I got a coach and they were like, why don't you just create a course about how to create courses? And I was like, oh, okay. And so that's really how it came to be. And this is my ticket, or like my ticket for everybody to their freedom, because I know what it's like to sit in a corporate job, in a corporate space. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I know what it's like when you want to do more, when you feel like you're drawn to do more. I'm not telling anybody to quit their corporate job, but if you have a desire, a passion to help other people or to make some additional money, courses are a great way to do that. Why? Because you can do it in the background. You can have someone cooking up in the background. You don't have to do this every day, 24/7. And then once you release it, there's no inventory you need to stack into your garages. It's not something where you show up every day. Like, some people don't like coaching because they're like, well, I have to show up every day. With courses, the greatest thing is you release it out there and people just start buying it, and you don't have to show up every single day. And so that's really how I got into it. I was in a corporate space and I really wanted to get out of it. And I saw courses as a great ticket to do that.
That's fantastic. Wow. Yeah. So what do you think, like, when, for the woman entrepreneur, right, who to become a rich woman, right?
Yes.
What is the key thing that you tell a woman entrepreneur who wants to do that?
I would say there's a couple things. I would first say, do not, because a lot of people want me to tell them, go ahead and quit your job. And I can't tell you to do that. My first thing is, let your corporate job fund your future fortune. Take the money that you're making here and fund this until this right here, you don't need it because you're making so much here. So don't quit your job. I'm not going to tell anybody to take that leap. It doesn't always work for everybody. Some people it works for, some people it doesn't. But to me, it's a safer bet just to fund it through this corporate money you're making. That's how you would make this. The other thing is that you do have to show up consistently. And when I say that, you do have to show up, it can't be once a month or once a week. You do have to show people that you are going to be consistent, because that's how they come to know you, like you, trust you, and then work with you. Definitely have to be consistent. And then the next thing I would say is definitely just, care about other people. I think it does take us being a servant, and I had to work on that when I first was coming out of corporate, because coming out of corporate, you're not a servant. You're just, you're all about, I was in sales, I was in mortgages, but you really do need to care about them. And sometimes I'll work with clients and it's, they're like, well, Angelic, this isn't working or what, and I'm just like, okay, let's remember who we're working for. Like, who is your audience? Who is that? Like, I have someone right now, she's doing a course to help obese children. Like, let's remember who the audience is. Or another girl that I'm working with, she's doing a course on helping women get out of domestic violence because she was in that type of thing. So we got to really remember who the client is, who we're serving. And if we do that, if we really come from a loving place, it comes through in the course and in all your social media posts. And I think that's how people become rich. I think they become rich by really just caring about people and being the servant.
Wow, that's such a nugget, right?
Hopefully.
That's not the typical become rich that you hear, right? That's not one of the pieces of advice that you usually hear, but that is so true, right? That is so important, because people need to know that if they want to work with you or with me, anyone, to build a course, to become anything, they need to work with someone that really cares about them. That's really, I love that. I really, really love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think so.
We would like to know some more about you as well.
Okay.
So what is your favorite book?
I read a book a while ago by Joel Osteen, and it did really help me out. I think it's called Your Best Life Now or something like that. I don't even remember the name of it, but it really helped me just in the sense of, I think I always was a positive thinker, but watching what comes out of your mouth, really not saying, oh, I'm tired, or, I don't have enough money, or, I'm stressed. Like, really watching, the tongue can be a two-edged sword. That's biblical, but it really can be. And just watching what you say, and then guarding your mind. I think I work at this every day. I think I'm pretty much a positive person, but it doesn't mean that I don't sometimes have these negative thoughts like, is this going to work out? Am I going to get new clients? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I good enough? Like, you know, those things do pop in your mind. And that book just helped me to realize that you got to switch that thought as soon as it comes in, because if you allow it to continue to grow, if you let it plant, it's going to grow. And so I try to really work on that. And it talks about visualization, like just certain keys, things that I wasn't doing before I read that book and that I do now. And so I read that book a long time ago, but it really did help me just become more positive and more forward thinking. That's really what it helped me out with.
That's wonderful. Yeah, yeah. Mindset is such a huge part of this, right? Like this journey toward, right? As a woman entrepreneur, to become a rich woman entrepreneur, mindset is so critical, right? That's really like a daily, minute by minute journey, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's great.
Guarding your mind. It really is guarding
yeah.
your mind. You have to guard your mind. You have to guard your heart too, but you got to guard your mind, because if you don't, it's just a playground for so much.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
if you think about the people who make it in life, I generally believe that they really just continued to tell themselves they could, and they just kept going rather than you know, seeing everything as it is. Because sometimes what you're seeing right now, it doesn't look good. But if you could just see yourself in the future, and then you run towards that, I think that you can bring things into fruition and manifest those things. So I don't know, it's all about guarding your mind for sure.
Right, and your vision. That sounds like your vision, right? What you have in mind for your life, for your business. Yeah. Yeah. And so what about you? Where are you from? And, you know, where'd you grow up?
All that good stuff, right? So
Yes, some interesting stuff.
Yes, I'm from our nation's capital. I'm from Washington, D.C. originally. Yes, born in D.C., but I grew up here in L.A., Inglewood. Come from a very, you know, my mom and I, and that's probably why I push so hard. I really come from, you know, a hard, you know, my mom and I grew up hard in the sense that we didn't have a lot of money. And I saw education as my vehicle out. And so I really pushed really, really hard. I guess that's why I was so disenchanted. I pushed so hard in college and in high school to do really, really well. And then when I came out, nobody cared. Nobody cared that I had you know, it was great that I had a degree, but nobody cared about my grades. They didn't care that I graduated cum laude. None of that stuff really mattered when I first got out of college. And so I think that's why I was so disappointed. And even in corporate America, you could work, but you know, you don't get rich. To your point, you don't necessarily get wealthy. So it's all of this work. And so I think those were keys for me, just to own my own, figure out a way to own my own. And that, you know, anytime you have somebody else who decides your, you know, your income, you're out of control. You don't have the control. So you definitely want to be in control of your income. But yeah, grew up in Inglewood, but like I said, because of the, you know, my mom and I, we struggled a lot. I think that's what pushes me so hard, you know, and you always want to give back, right? Because you don't want anybody else to go through what you went through. I don't want anybody else to be that, you know, 21-year-old, 25-year-old in a corporate setting, like, how do I get out of here, but not know how to get out? And I think that's why I try to tell so many people about owning their own business. Even if you don't do courses, do something to where you're owning your own business, because when someone else controls your W-2 income, they control your life, because as soon as they say, we don't need you, or we have to do a layoff, or there's a pandemic, or we're furloughing, you have zero control over your income. And then what are you going to do? That's a bad place to be. It's so I think we just have to get the word out more and more about ownership is power.
Yeah. And yeah, I fully, that's the same philosophy I have. Yeah, because that is the way to become rich, right? If you leave it up to someone else, I mean, your chances, as we see, right, with people with jobs and just leaving it there, businesswomen, that is the path, right? Becoming an entrepreneur. And yeah, so you ended with a really powerful statement there. And I was wondering what your personal mantra is.
Well, I actually, so ever since everything that went on with the pandemic, then we had the riots and, you know, all the unrest or whatever, I really began to see that ownership is power. And I say that in the sense of owning your own home. That's power. Owning your own, you know, even if it's a commercial space, that is power, because people have to come to you in order to buy it and that can be capital for you, but they can't just push you out. If you rent, people can just push you out. Ownership, again, is power. So if you own your own business, you own your own income. To me, that is power. Even if, like I said, if someone wants to buy your business, they have to come to the table and talk to you about that. But if you have a W-2 job, and again, I don't have any issues with a W-2 job. It's just like we saw with the pandemic, it's unfortunate what can happen. So if you own your own business, then nobody can push you out. What happened when the pandemic happened? I had to lace up my shoes even tighter and run a little bit faster, but I was still able to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't mean, you know, things aren't going to come your way, but when you own it, you love it. It's like your baby, and you're like, I'm not letting this thing go down no matter what. So, and you continue to push. But again, ownership is power. Like I said, own your own business. Own your own, like people who rap and sing, own your own masters. Like, we have to do a better job at owning things so that when it comes time to sell, we have capital, and they have to come to us to get it.
Right. And yeah, and that really sounds like what you're talking about. Sounds like multiple streams of income, right? That's really sounds like what you're talking about. So that if you have your job here, right, and you want to, you know, become a rich woman, you want to keep the job, you can, but if you want to become, you know, an entrepreneur on the side, or a full-time entrepreneur, then multiple streams, even when you are an entrepreneur, right? Once you do it, you want to have multiple streams, right? So yeah, that sounds really, really amazing. And that sounds like a way to become a rich woman. And so what's a typical day like for you as a woman entrepreneur?
Every day is kind of different though, right? So wake up with meditation and prayer, and drink some water. That's my
say that again for me.
So I wake up, I pray, meditate, drink some water. So that's usually everything else from there is a little bit different. Like I have coaching. Typically my coaching days are Thursdays and Fridays. So those are my coaching days. The other days I am on social media. I am promoting myself. Some days I'll do lives. Like, every day is a little bit different. But the waking up is pretty much the one that's the same. And I end my day every day with prayer as well. So that's the only consistent, like.
So you sound like you have a really enjoyable, exciting, flexible, like really like, right? Like you're open to, right? Whatever the day unfolds. And
it's just whatever's on my calendar, right? Like I kind of work off my my phone, and it's whatever's in there. So and then I have a planner. I'm more on the phone these days, but it just depends. But it's not as I wish it was a little bit more flexible than it is right now. It's still pretty regimented. It's not like I'm here and there. No, it's like this right now. You got to post. Okay, now you got to get into your Facebook group. Okay, now you got to go do this live. Okay, now you need to create this email. Okay, you need to upload this. It's not. I wish it was a little bit more loosey-goosey. I hope I get there very soon. Like, my ideal day would be, you know, a 4-hour work day every day, Monday through Friday. So that's really where I want to get to. I'm not there right now. Let me full disclosure. I wish I was. Okay,
but you're on your journey.
I sure am.
Journey to becoming the rich woman that you want to be, and having the life, you know, the business that you. And I think that's really important what you said, because for to become a rich woman entrepreneur, and as any woman entrepreneur, you do need to have some structure, right? So you do, like you said, because there are certain things you need to do as part of your business so that you're consistent, like you mentioned, and so that you grow your business and your presence. And so it isn't just you know floating around the day, because nobody, not at all. Nobody who becomes rich floats around the day. No, they don't. No, it does. Yeah. So, so I was wondering, was there anything else that you wanted to share with us today? Anything about yourself, or anything you wanted to share with the audience today?
No, just my advice, you know, unsolicited, of course, would definitely be, just like I said, just figure out what you can do that is something you can own yourself. And I think that courses are an easy way to get in there, because a lot of people that I work with, they want to become speakers and they want to write books. And so this allows them to get on a platform where people begin to take them serious, and where they want to have them as speakers because they've been seeing them on this course, or they've seen this on their live, or they do want to get them a publishing deal because they see how great their content is. So that's why I would say courses are a great gateway into whatever you want to do, because one, they don't take a lot of money to get started. Like as long as you have a cell phone, a laptop, you're already in business. So it doesn't take a lot of money. And oftentimes people are telling me, well, Angelique, I'm not an expert in anything, but I'm like, yeah, you are. Like, you're a great vegan cook. We all come to you for vegan recipes. Or, man, you're a great mom. Like, you figured out how to homeschool, how to keep your husband happy. Like, you figured out all these things during quarantine. You're a great mom. Somebody else right now is struggling to be a great mom. Maybe they didn't have a good mom in their life. They want to be a great mom, but they have no clue how. It's easy for you. So you are the expert. Other people are good in IT. Some people are great at social media. Like, share your gifts. Show other people how to be great like you. They will buy the course. People right now, they're still quarantined. They're still online looking for answers. They are desperate to have, how many people I speak to who want to have a better 2021?
Yeah.
So many. So if you can help them lose some weight, or, help them with their mindset, we were talking about mindset, help them with their, natural hairstyles, or, how to do better at interviews, how to have a better resume, how to do better with their credit. Like, everybody right now is trying to make sure that they have a better 2021. And so if they were to be able to Google how to, and they found your course, they will gladly buy it, because all they want, they are desperate, they are hungry, they are thirsty for some help. And so let's not be selfish. Let's share our gifts out there. Let's show people our talents. Let's, display and really help some other people out so they can have a breakthrough. So that would really be my, what I would say. That would be my advice to everybody. Whatever you're good at, whatever it is. And if you need some help trying to figure out what that is, ask Yolanda or I, but we can help you figure out what you're great at, and you can start to create a course about it. So yeah, that's what I would tell people. Get out there, create a course, get it out there into the internet, into the World Wide Web. And it's going to see, you have people in New Zealand and India and Africa and New York and Colorado buying your course. And it's a beautiful thing.
Sounds fantastic. Worldwide, right? Worldwide impact.
Yes.
Actually, they'll talk to you about their expertise. They'll talk the different. I won't be able to help them with their expertise, but you can. Okay. But yeah, so to bring our interview to a close, I wanted to ask, where can we find you?
Oh yeah, well, feel free to, I'd love to have you guys in our Facebook group, because that's where I am pretty vigorously, and then so many other ladies in there sharing their nuggets of information, sharing their stories. And then also some people are promoting in there too, because other women will see them and start to work with them as well. So you might have a small business, or you might, you just might need some tips on how to get out of your 9-to-5. So go ahead and check us out. The Facebook group is Financially Free Female Entrepreneurs. So Financially Free Female Entrepreneurs. Just for repetition, 3 times, Financially Free Female Entrepreneurs. Join us in that Facebook group, and then you can always find me at Angelic Marnier.
Okay, sounds fantastic. And where can they find you on Instagram?
On Instagram, you can find me at corporate_countdown. So that's where I'm always helping people count down their days in corporate America. So corporate_countdown, find me there any and all time. Feel free to DM me, reach out to me, comment on anything you want to. I'm always going to be a resource to help you figure out how to get out of that 9-to-5, or at least let's figure out how to get you another stream of income. Let's really work on that.
Sounds fantastic. Okay. Well, so ladies, so that's our interview. And so now you see all these things, and now it's time to bring it all together, right? You've learned so much today. And so let's bring this together. Like, how can you get your money in order? Like Angelique was saying, you have your job now. You have your job. How can you make sure that you have the savings, that you are taking care of your money, that you're managing your business finances, so that you can, if you want, become a full-time entrepreneur, or even be able to create another income stream? So let's talk about that. And you can book a free call with me, book a complimentary business setup clarity call. So I'm going to share that link for you, and we will talk. We'll talk to see if and how I can support you with your business, how it's set up, and to make sure that you have your money in order so you can become the entrepreneur that you want to be, and a rich woman. And so now, ladies, I am going to stop. stop. We're going to actually do the Q&A. So let me see if we have any questions here. Let me come to the group. Am I in the right group? No, I'm not. One moment, please. Where am I on here? Okay, here we go. I'm in my group now. Okay, I see it on the phone. Okay, so let's see if we have questions for Angelique.
I'm all ears. Let me know.
Okay, I'm refreshing my phone at the same time, and I'm checking the group. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm in here, and it says we are live. Okay, I see. Okay, ladies, if you have questions, please put them in the chat. Please feel free. I don't see anything right now.
Okay.
I see that Deanne Ferguson loves this, though.
Hey, Deanne.
Yeah, so I am going to give it a couple of minutes. I'll see if there's anybody in here with questions.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see if there's any questions out there.
Yes, for Angelique.
We are all ears. Definitely a resource.
Yes, I know she is. We know you are. Yes, let's see. I'm checking again.
Okay.
So tricky on Zoom with the computer. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see anything. Wait a minute. Here we go. Deanne Ferguson. Thank you. Great information, she said.
Oh, good. Good, Deanne. Glad you enjoyed it.
Wonderful. Okay. So if you have questions, Deanne, or anyone else, feel free to let us know. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up. So Angelique can continue her amazingly and energetic day.
Energetic, yes, you gotta have some energy.
I love your energy. Right? I love your energy.
Yes, you gotta have it, right?
It comes through every time I see her. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, good.
Yes,
good.
I'm like, whoa, she is passionate. She's energetic. I love it. I'm like, oh man, I look like a tired lady next to her.
No. You always got the.
But I'm like, it's like that is you. That's your essence. It's so wonderful. Yeah. I love it. Let's see. I don't see any questions. I guess if there are any
come up, yeah, let me know.
You're in the group here, so if they have any, and if you want to answer them later, that's entirely. This video is going to be in here.
Yeah. Okay. I'd love to.
Okay, so so we're going to close out our kickoff. Become a Rich Woman 5-day training for women entrepreneurs with our guest Angelic Marnier. And that's it, ladies. So join us tomorrow. I will be interviewing Natasha Boyce. She's a money coach for bold and courageous women. Okay, so join me tomorrow and join us here again. Okay, and that otherwise have an amazing rest.
Thank you, Yolanda.
So much, Angelique, for being here. Yes, thank you. And as always, ladies, own your finances. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.